The sky burned crimson over New Terra's fertile plains. Jay Park watched from the command center as alien ships descended like metallic locusts, their emerald energy weapons carving destruction across peaceful settlements. Colonists ran in panic, their screams barely audible over the thunderous explosions ripping through agricultural communities. 12 hours earlier, everything had been normal. Farmers worked their hydroponic fields, children played in community parks, and researchers continued their daily studies of the planet's unique ecosystem. No one expected the sudden attack from the Galactic Council, a coalition of advanced alien civilizations that had previously ignored human expansion. Jay's hand trembled as communication channels filled with desperate messages. Entire family units were being vaporized in seconds. Settlements that had taken decades to build were reduced to smoking craters within minutes. The colony's defense systems, once considered cutting-edge, crumbled like paper against the alien technological superiority. "Command, we're losing the Western Quadrant," a young communications officer shouted, her voice breaking. Holographic displays showed red markers spreading across the colony's map like a fatal infection. Each marker represented another lost community, another group of humans facing imminent extinction. Nearby, medical teams worked frantically to treat wounded colonists. Children with burned skin and terrified eyes huddled together, their parents trying to provide some semblance of protection. But protection seemed impossible against an enemy so technologically advanced. Jay remembered the diplomatic meetings from 2 years ago. The Galactic Council had always viewed humans as a primitive species, barely worth acknowledging. They had dismissed human technological progress, considered their cultural development irrelevant. Now those same dismissive attitudes were transforming into a calculated genocide. A massive explosion rocked the command center. Warning sirens blared as structural integrity systems began to fail. Jay knew they had mere minutes before the entire facility would be destroyed. He grabbed the emergency data cores, repositories of human colony information, research, and survival strategies. "Everyone evacuate," he shouted, helping wounded personnel toward emergency shelters. The hallways filled with smoke and the sound of collapsing infrastructure. Alien weapons continued their relentless assault, each blast designed to eliminate every trace of human presence. Outside, the landscape transformed. Crops that had taken years to develop burned. Research stations collapsed. Decades of human effort were being erased in moments. The alien ships moved with calculated precision, targeting every significant human installation. Jay saw a group of children hiding behind a damaged agricultural module. Without hesitation, he rushed toward them, shielding them with his body as another energy blast approached. The heat was intense, the potential for survival minimal. In those moments, something changed within Jay. This was not just an attack on a colony. This was an attempt to exterminate humanity's potential. Every life lost represented a future stolen, a possibility destroyed. As the command center began to collapse around him, Jay made a silent promise. This attack would not be the end. Humanity would respond. They would adapt. They would survive. The final explosion sent shockwaves across New Terra's landscape. Smoke and debris filled the atmosphere. Where once a thriving human colony existed, now only destruction remained. 12,437 human lives had been eliminated in less than a day. But among the ruins, something else survived. A spark of resistance. A determination that would soon transform into humanity's most powerful weapon. The Galactic Council had made a critical mistake. They had assumed humans would simply accept extinction. They were wrong. As the last structures fell and alien ships began their withdrawal, believing their mission complete, no one noticed the small group of survivors gathering in underground shelters. No one saw the data cores Jay had saved, containing critical information that would become the foundation of humanity's response. Deep beneath the ruins of New Terra, Hayakim worked with desperate intensity. Surrounded by salvaged equipment and flickering holographic displays, she understood that humanity's survival depended on technological innovation. The alien attack had destroyed everything above ground, but underground, A different battle was beginning. Her team of engineers and scientists worked in shifts, pushing human technological boundaries beyond anything previously imagined. They analyzed the fragments of alien weapons, studying every microscopic detail. Each piece of destroyed technology became a potential key to survival. "We're not just rebuilding," Hai would tell her exhausted team. "We're reimagining our entire approach to technological development." Traditional computational models seemed primitive now. The aliens had demonstrated technological capabilities that made human systems look like children's toys. But humans had something the aliens never expected: adaptive creativity. Weeks turned into months. The underground research facility became a crucible of innovation. Young scientists who had lost everything channeled their grief into pure technological determination. They developed quantum adaptive neural networks that could predict and counter alien technological systems faster than any previous computational method. One breakthrough came from an unexpected source. A junior engineer named Min discovered that human emotional complexity could be translated into computational algorithms. Where alien systems were rigid and predictable, human systems could adapt, learn, and transform with unprecedented speed. Their first successful prototype was a small defensive module. When tested, it could anticipate and redirect alien energy weapons with 73% effectiveness. It wasn't perfect, but it was a start. More importantly, it proved that humans could compete technologically. HFY understood the psychological importance of this development. The attack on New Terra had been more than a physical destruction. It was a message of human insignificance. Now they were writing a different message, a declaration of human potential. Communication networks were rebuilt using encrypted quantum technologies that made previous communication systems look archaic. Each system was designed with multiple fail-safes, learning capabilities, and adaptive protection mechanisms. Weapon designs evolved rapidly. Where previous human weapons relied on traditional projectile or energy-based technologies, the new designs incorporated adaptive materials that could change molecular structure mid-flight. Alien defense shields that once seemed impenetrable now appeared vulnerable. The underground facility became a beacon of hope. Survivors from other human colonies began sending their best minds. What started as a small research group transformed into a global human resistance technology center. HFY rarely slept. Her dedication became legendary among the surviving human population. She understood that every breakthrough, no matter how small, represented a step toward survival. The aliens had intended to eliminate humanity. Instead, they had awakened something far more dangerous. Prototype weapons began emerging from their laboratories. Each design was a testament to human ingenuity. Adaptive drone systems that could reconfigure themselves mid-battle. Energy weapons that could penetrate previously impenetrable alien shields. Communication systems that could hack and redirect alien technological networks. The most revolutionary development came from an unexpected collaboration between a quantum physicist and a neural network specialist. They created a computational system that could learn and adapt faster than any known technological platform. Its potential was staggering, a technology that could potentially outthink alien computational systems. As months passed, the underground facility transformed. What had begun as a desperate attempt to survive was becoming a technological revolution. Humanity was no longer just responding to the alien threat. They were preparing to challenge it. I looked at the latest prototype weapon system. Its sleek design represented more than just technological innovation. It represented hope. It represented resistance. It represented humanity's refusal to be eliminated. The Galactic Council had intended to crush human potential. Instead, they had ignited a technological transformation that would change galactic warfare forever. Outside the underground facility, the world remained devastated. But inside, something powerful was growing. A technological revolution that would soon shake the foundations of alien civilization. Seung Lee's fingers moved across holographic interfaces with surgical precision. The communication center hummed. With quiet intensity, each workstation a potential gateway into the Galactic Council's most secure networks. After months of preparation, humanity was ready to strike where it would hurt most: information. Intelligence gathering had become their primary weapon. Where physical combat seemed impossible, strategic infiltration would become their strength. The aliens had underestimated human adaptability, and now they would pay the price. The first breakthrough came unexpectedly. A subtle algorithm developed. Shung could slip through alien encryption like water through cracks. What seemed impenetrable to others became transparent under his systematic approach. Each decoded message revealed layers of galactic political complexity. Initial discoveries were shocking. The Galactic Council wasn't just a unified organization, it was a fragile political structure built on centuries of manipulation and hidden conflicts. Different alien civilizations maintained diplomatic relationships through complex webs of threats, blackmail, and strategic alliances. Shung's team mapped these relationships meticulously. They identified weak points, potential internal conflicts, and hidden diplomatic tensions. The aliens believed their communication networks were secure. They were wrong. Classified diplomatic messages began leaking through carefully constructed channels. Human resistance groups distributed these revelations across multiple platforms, ensuring maximum exposure. The goal wasn't just information, it was systematic destabilization. One particularly sensitive document revealed the Galactic Council's history of systematic oppression against smaller civilizations. Entire species had been quietly eliminated or subjugated over centuries. The document detailed cold, calculated decisions that treated less advanced civilizations as disposable resources. The psychological impact was tremendous. As these revelations spread, internal tensions within the Galactic Council began to emerge. Some member civilizations started questioning their long-standing policies. Others became defensive, revealing more information in their attempts to control the narrative. Shung understood that information was a weapon more powerful than any physical technology. Each leaked document was a precision strike against the alien political structure. They weren't just collecting intelligence, they were dismantling a complex political system from within. Communication networks became battlegrounds. Human-developed algorithms could now predict and redirect alien communication signals. What was once a one-sided technological advantage now became a complex digital warfare landscape. The Resistance developed specialized communication units. These teams could intercept, decode, and redirect alien communication channels within seconds. Each successful infiltration provided more strategic information, creating a cascading effect of intelligence gathering. Political fractures within the Galactic Council became increasingly visible. Some member civilizations began internal investigations, questioning leadership decisions. Others started secret diplomatic negotiations, hoping to distance themselves from potential accountability. Shung's team worked around the clock. They weren't just collecting information, they were constructing a comprehensive understanding of galactic political dynamics. Every decoded message, every intercepted communication became a piece of a larger strategic puzzle. The most significant breakthrough came from an unexpected source. A low-ranking diplomatic communication revealed systematic corruption within the Council's central leadership. Personal communications showed leaders more concerned with maintaining power than protecting their civilizations. As these revelations spread, the Galactic Council's internal stability began to crumble. What had seemed like an impenetrable political structure now appeared fragile and vulnerable. Humanity had discovered their true weapon, the power of exposed truth. Shung looked at the holographic displays, watching communication networks pulse with intercepted data. They had transformed from a defeated colony into a strategic intelligence powerhouse. The aliens had intended to eliminate humanity. Instead, they had created their own worst nightmare. Information was flowing. Secrets were being exposed. And humanity was just getting started. The strategic infiltration had begun. The first human battle fleet emerged from faster-than-light jump points like silent predators. Wu Choi stood on the command deck of the flagship Vengeance, his eyes reflecting cold determination. Each ship carried more than weapons. They carried the collective rage of humanity. Alien defense networks, once considered impenetrable, suddenly revealed unexpected vulnerabilities. The human fleet moved with a precision that defied traditional warfare strategies. Where alien commanders expected structured formations, humans brought controlled chaos. Targeting systems developed in underground laboratories proved devastatingly effective. Adaptive weapon technologies could reconfigure mid-attack, bypassing alien shield frequencies faster than their defensive systems could respond. Each human ship was now a living, thinking combat platform. The initial engagement lasted less than 17 minutes. 3 primary alien defense stations were eliminated without a single human casualty. Alien fleet commanders couldn't comprehend the sudden technological leap. Humanity had transformed from a seemingly primitive civilization to a terrifyingly efficient military force. Wu understood psychological warfare as much as technological combat. Each strategic movement was designed to not just destroy, but to destabilize alien military confidence. Their attacks weren't just about winning battles. They were about dismantling the very concept of alien military superiority. Quantum communication networks allowed instantaneous tactical adjustments. Human ships could coordinate complex maneuvers that would take alien fleets hours to calculate. Every battle became a dynamic, evolving engagement, where human creativity became the ultimate weapon. Captured alien technology revealed shocking weaknesses. Their military structures were built on rigid hierarchical systems that struggled with unexpected tactical approaches. Humans, with their ability to adapt and think unpredictably, became the ultimate nightmare for systematic alien defense protocols. Intelligence, gathered during strategic infiltration, played a crucial role. Precise information about alien military communication channels allowed human forces to create targeted disruptions. Communication networks that once seemed secure now became vulnerable transmission points. The battle for the Orion sector became a turning point. What was expected to be a decisive alien victory transformed into humanity's most significant military achievement. 12 alien battle groups were systematically destroyed within hours, using tactics that defied conventional warfare understanding. Young human pilots, many who had lost families during the initial attacks, flew with a combination of technological precision and emotional determination. Their training had transformed traditional military preparation into a holistic approach that combined psychological resilience with advanced technological skills. Weapon systems developed by Shai Kim's research teams proved revolutionary. Energy, projection technologies could now adapt in milliseconds, changing frequency and molecular structure mid-attack. Alien defense shields that once seemed impenetrable now appeared like fragile glass barriers. Strategic data streams showed increasing alien military confusion. Human attacks seemed to come from impossible angles, using attack vectors that violated established military physics. Each engagement demonstrated that humanity had transformed from a defensive species to an offensive powerhouse. Wu watched holographic battle displays, understanding that this was more than a military campaign. This was humanity's declaration to the galaxy. They would no longer be considered a disposable civilization. Every destroyed alien ship was a message written in technological fire. Communication intercepts revealed growing panic within alien military leadership. Their technological superiority, once absolute, now seemed like a distant memory. Humanity had not just caught up, they had leapfrogged entire generations of technological development. The human fleet moved like a living organism. Each ship, connected through quantum neural networks, sharing tactical information faster than any centralized command could process. Where alien fleets saw individual units, humans created a collective, adaptive combat intelligence. As stellar battles raged across multiple star systems, something fundamental was changing. The galaxy was witnessing the birth of a new military paradigm. Humanity was no longer fighting for survival. They were fighting for recognition, for respect, for their right to exist. Wu allowed himself a slight smile. The aliens had made a critical mistake. The grand chamber of the Galactic Council trembled with an uncomfortable silence. Kira Shin stood alone, representing humanity's final diplomatic stance. Behind her, holographic displays showed the systematic destruction of alien military infrastructures, a testament to human technological evolution. 12 alien representatives sat defeated, their once proud civilizations now reduced to fragmented remnants. The attack on New Terra seemed like a distant mistake, a moment of arrogance that had awakened a sleeping technological giant. "You interpreted our silence as weakness," Kira spoke, her voice calm and measured. Each word carried the weight of millions of lost human lives. "You believed technological superiority meant cultural superiority. Today, you understand the true meaning of human resilience." The chamber's environmental systems seemed to respond to her emotional intensity. Holographic displays flickered, showing humanity's incredible journey from a nearly exterminated species to a galactic power that had rewritten the rules of warfare and diplomacy. Humanity was not seeking total destruction. They were demanding a fundamental restructuring of galactic governance. The old systems of oppression would end. Smaller civilizations would be protected. Diplomatic relationships would be rebuilt on principles of mutual respect. Evidence presentations followed, detailed documentations of the Galactic Council's centuries of systematic oppression. Each revelation was backed by intercepted communications, strategic data, and comprehensive historical records. The aliens could not deny their own documented actions. The most powerful moment came when survivors from multiple subjugated civilizations were invited to testify. Their stories of suffering under the Galactic Council's rule transformed the hearing from a military tribunal to a profound moment of galactic reckoning. Technological demonstrations followed. Human representatives showed how their adaptive technologies could have easily annihilated the entire Galactic Council. Instead, they chose a path of controlled transformation. This was not about revenge. This was about creating a better galactic structure. Proposed new galactic protocols included mandatory protection for developing civilizations, transparent interspecies communication frameworks, strict limitations on military expansions, independent verification of diplomatic agreements, technological exchange programs. The alien representatives realized something fundamental had changed. Humanity was not seeking to replace the existing power structure. They were redesigning it entirely. Kira's final statement was both a warning and an invitation. "We do not seek to become your masters. We seek to become your partners. Our survival depends on collective progress, not individual dominance." Research revealed how humanity had transformed their initial trauma into a catalyst for galactic change. The attack on New Terra was no longer just a moment of destruction. It had become the birthplace of a new galactic understanding. Strategic adaptations developed during their resistance became the foundation for new interspecies cooperation models. Human technological innovations were offered as collaborative platforms, not weapons of control. The most surprising element was humanity's approach to reconciliation. They did not seek punishment. They sought understanding. They wanted to prevent future conflicts by addressing systemic issues that had led to centuries of oppression. Quantum communication networks, initially developed for warfare, were now being redesigned as diplomatic platforms. Human researchers were already developing technologies that could help translate and understand complex interspecies communication challenges. As the hearing concluded, something unprecedented happened. The Galactic Council, for the first time in its history, unanimously agreed to a complete structural reformation. Humanity had not just survived. They had fundamentally transformed galactic political dynamics. Kira looked around the chamber. The representatives who had once seen humans as insignificant now looked at her with a mixture of respect and subtle fear. They understood that humanity represented something entirely new, a civilization that could turn destruction into opportunity. Reckoning was complete. But this was not an ending. This was a beginning.